to Biomutant. Easy to lose your way if you can't see landmarks. Your energy is empty. Stories only survive if someone is listening, so pay attention. A smart foe would lead. Hey, there's some rubber scrap over there, just right for the taking. Here is the village called Diddlingdoo by those lucky enough to live there. Maybe get rid of some extra things?
Shumat zisen amanga sumata bula boka nukato zeker.
Nebe papi.
Gradia la krishmet hefnane.
Egal, ja, pigeon.
Getting dark soon. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. Oh, e-waste. Hard to find. Not opening for you. Needs a key. That's hard to come by. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the action. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. The best stories are about heroes. This is such a story. You lack key energy for that. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick. Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo-Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Merc Puff is crunching bark by the minute. Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugga-chugga out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says he knew you would, like he knows the way the rails run. The Wing Nut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever. Cut that one in half. Hope you haven't seen the sky for the last time. blasting everything to bits. Gah, that's just awful. Watch your step around here. Crit. Your key energy isn't up. Better hold on to that. Choo Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason. But he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. Yes, for something catastrophic, like something squeaky in need of greasing or an ointment to ease the pain in these dark times in general. Choo Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Says he's glad to see it in good hands, rough as they might be. Choo Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Seems surprised you have to go. You're not slick enough for that, yet. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now.
Why?
Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place.
Why?
He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself.
Why?
Figures everyone chooses their own path. The longer you ride the rails, though, the easier it is to travel with friends. Choo-Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed. Bets it could fly circles around any chug yard. Makes him dizzy to think about it. With the world ending and all the chugs going with it, it's fun to think about what kinds of yards the Ark could take you to instead. Hopes you'll be careful with the Ark. That's the last one around these parts. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails. There's a seat open on the Ark, but why would you want this company?
What really happens when you make a conscious choice to be alone is that you abandon a part of your life that was supposed to be filled by someone else.
Let's agree that a conscious choice is better than an unconscious one. It's only when you stop listening to your own thoughts that you're truly alone.
But
regardless, you'll never lose the company of yourself. At least you'll have that all the way to the end.
Hopes you figure out someone better to ride the Ark with you, if that's possible. Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. The story... Lobo's curious if what she's heard about the Ark is true, that it can ride through the sky all the way up to the twinkles. Her friend Nova has a long eye and has seen them up close, the little bright lights up in the sky that are turned on at night. Lobo sees the tree struggle and knows her gull blimp won't save her when the world falls apart. However, it seems to her a seat on the Ark would. You have more in common than you think. You're both chasing your future, but need to confront your dark past before it can happen. She thinks saving her a seat on the Ark is part of your fates.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails.
I'm so glad you chose that. We're born alone, we live alone, so let's not meet the end on our own.
We are better off on our own alone. Everyone else are just means to an end.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. And now we don't have to be lonely. It'll all work out in the end.
The end must justify the means. So let's hope the Ark is strong enough to carry us all into the future.
Lobo's happy you see eye to eye on this whole Ark thing. The journey will be much more interesting with her around. Lobo likes to chit-chat. Hopes to see you again soon. No better time to get moving than daybreak. Maya says she was told you found that legendary Ark, and she cannot wait to see it. Think about doing a puppet show in there. Can't believe you'd say that. Everything is for puppets. Thinks that with the world about to end, you should use the Ark to find someplace else where puppets are properly appreciated. Says you earned the Ark, or you probably would have taken it anyhow, right? Wants to know how someone auditions for one of the seats on the Ark.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails.
I'm so glad you chose that.
We are better off on our own alone.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely.
The end must justify the means.
Feels so excited about joining you on the Ark. She'll pack up her puppets and needles and strings and see you there. Maya says put a pin in it. She's not going anywhere soon. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. No time for yawning. Day is calling. Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed. He knows you'll need something that packs enough boom to put a dent in that shell, or better yet, head. Pyro sticks will do the trick. He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang. There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free. You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off. Boom has named the place Puff Duff Bluff. It sounds silly, but it's an accurate description considering most of the pyros are duds, seeing as they're as old as the old world. The dark can make you miss the day fierce. Metal that's scrapped, all shiny and chrome. That's a bang plant, where Toxanol used to make all sorts of splody things before it blew up in their faces. Well placed. That looks like an unbanged pyro stick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off. Kaboom! That hurt him. At least there's no parade around for it to rain on. The pyro sticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the Merc Puff where it counts. You should aim for the head. That's the Merc Puff's weak spot. Thinking doesn't seem to be his strong point. Wiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of pyro sticks, it squirts guppos. Scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the Merc Puff in particular. Seems the best way to find guppos is go talk to Gil. He has a natural sonar and knows where the guppos sub the surf. This means you'll have to go visit Gil at Burblebottom. Find Gil and he'll be able to tell you where to find the guppos. Tells you it's a sort of fish that's able to reproduce really fast, which is a real advantage when you're going for infinite ammunition. His friend Wiz needs guppos for one reason or another, and Gil is ready to point you in the right direction. But here, you're only going to find dead ones. He's pretty sure Wiz wants them alive. Well, at least the ones that aren't already rotting. If you head in the right direction, you'll find a clean enough bit of surf to snag yourself some guppos. Then you can get them to Wiz for whatever he has in mind. He doesn't have any guppos, and Wiz is particular about the kind he needs. It's never perfectly safe anywhere. This is Guppy Grotto. How far underground do you think you are? just what you were looking for. Someone locked it solid. Nice find. The bright time creatures are getting up. That seems to be enough guppos to provide the octopod with infinite ammunition. He's It's just another proof of the evolutionary change caused by Toxanol's contamination. Being undersurf has meant the Merkpuff has been left alone to munch on the root down there undisturbed. This means the northwest route has suffered more damage than the others. He's sure there's enough time to confront the Merkpuff, but he worries if the world has enough years left to last his lifetime, even if you stop the WorldEaters. That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just make sure you don't let anyone but yourself control your destiny. You've come too far for that. The tribe comes first. It's time to return to the tree one last time. Take your time and enjoy the daylight. He's learned you discovered and activated the last of the arcs. How exciting. That's the only word that really works for it, he's sure. It's heartbreaking that so much will be lost when this world ends, but the Ark can take you to new places for fresh starts. The world had a far better chance before you came back here, but you had a destiny to fulfill. Questions if you could possibly have any open spaces left for fellow travelers on that Ark of yours.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails. There's a seat open on the Ark, but why would you want this company?
I'm so glad you
We are better off on our own.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely.
The end must justify the means.
Almost can't speak. He's so happy to be joining your voyage, to conquer the skies and everything beyond. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you. Says you're welcome back. Feels like the switch is... So... beam. Refreshing. Nasty. You're half dead. Oh, wow. Even the trees are tougher here. You could put that to good use. You can't really understand your story till it's done. That's an odd thing, don't you think? Tapped hard. Love to hear a mount's footbeat. There's a lot on the line here. That brickbat is ripe for the pluck. Smirked! You're hurt bad. You're fresh out of key energy. Respect to whoever made this one. Get up! Proton. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. Your reserves are tapped. Enjoy the Toto Grotto there. It's got it all. Right where it cuts. Atomic. We all share the same destiny, destruction or survival. This thing has a mind of its own.
Tamatula puila, utuya.
The vegetation here is ripe. You're grown wiser. Just don't trip when you're walking in the mountains. There you go. One bona fide track. Even out here in the middle of all this mess, there were things to explore. Oh, they took tankers and tankers of it. Felt like they could have filled the ocean with that junk. Thinking about the goo, well, maybe they did. The tracks roll on from here to lands far beyond. Odd things lurk in the darkest parts of the underworld.